My family and I went for a hike in the woods. My boys, John and Alex, insisted on going somewhere new since they were now home. We came here to take a break from the stressful routines we follow every day. Who knew, though, that the most terrifying experiences of our lives might arise from the most tranquil days? It all began when we decided to go hiking. After getting our hiking sticks, we set out to climb the closest mountain. We hiked for 2 hours and arrived at the summit of the mountain. The view from above was breathtaking. From there, the enormously beautiful valley was visible. We enjoyed our time there and then began the mountain's descent. John fell on the way back as his foot slipped. John's leg was broken, and he had some horrible bruises on his arms. We put him on the ground right away. I stopped his bleeding with first aid, but we had to rush to the hospital right away to obtain treatment for his broken leg. I grabbed my car right away. Alex tucked John into the back seat, and we hurried to locate the closest hospital. We came upon a hospital on one side of the woodland, and I breathed a sigh of relief. It seemed quite gloomy and ominous. The hospital was located by itself in a remote area. However, we were at a loss for what to do. I embraced John tightly, and we hurried inside the hospital. The facility was empty and had a dull state when we arrived. There was just one nurse present, and the doctor was an elderly man with a hunched posture. My son was accepted by the doctor, and his surgery was performed right away. Although I was relieved, I couldn't help but notice the unsettling disturbance in the surroundings. "Dad, relax. Everything will work out. You're just confused," Alex remarked. The first unsettling incident occurred while we were outside the operating room. We heard an odd whisper coming down the hall while I was holding Alex's hand. Alex clutched my body firmly because he was so terrified. I chose to follow the voice, and all I saw were dark, empty hallways and chambers. The chamber itself appeared to be a more terrifying place because of how dark it was. I went straight back to Alex. I reassured him that nothing was there and that everything was just being caused by the pressure of time. He should pray for his brother, I advised him. The second incident was considerably more scary and implausible. Alex mentioned that he needed to go to the bathroom as we were seated outside. I went down to the hall with him to find the restroom, but it felt like we were in a weird maze. The hallway's lights were constantly flickering. They caused us to perspire profusely. Finally, we arrived there. Alex entered the bathroom. He noticed something in the mirror after washing his hands and using the restroom. In the mirror appeared a drab, murky figure. Standing in the lab coat appeared to be a doctor. When he turned back right away, nobody was there. However, there was only one message inscribed on the wall. "You are next." My air left my body when Alex told me about the incident. Alex was trembling badly. After giving him a firm grip, we returned back outside the theater. The last incident occurred when I was taking medication from the pharmacist. After John's operation, we were ready to head out of the hospital. Abruptly, the lights went off, enveloping the hospital in complete darkness. A spine-tingling cry emerged from the mortuary. Nurse came holding the flashlight, her eyes red with terror and her face pale. She said urgently, "Follow me." We followed her instructions. I gathered John in my arms, and we hurried along the dimly lit corridors. The air was starting to feel heavy with stress. We felt as though there was a force pushing us back. Suddenly, the nurse was dragged back into the hospital's interior as she abruptly lifted into the air. She left a note in my pocket while she was here. It said that this hospital is haunted and that the spirits there won't let us leave. However, you ought to flee for your life. After reading the note, I was really afraid. It was starting to make clear "Why you are next" was written on the wall. We made our fastest run to avoid certain death. Finally, we got out of the hospital. I thanked those two persons there in my heart as I turned to face that terrible pit. While residing in that place of death, they had sacrificed their lives for others. We quickly lost our view of the hospital. However, the events that took place there completely altered our lives.